I don't want to motivate you. I don't want to just inspire you. I want to empower you. So we've been talking about what do beasts do. I don't want to just look like a beast. I don't want to talk like a beast. I want to have beast paraphernalia. I want to be a beast. I want to be in beast mode. I want to do what beasts do. And so I told him yesterday was the weirdest thing. I was reading the story about the lion and gazelle just like you. I was reading the study. I was reading and I was studying. I would read it over again. I was studying. I was examining. I would pull back and I would digest the story. I'm going over the story over and over and over and over and over, and I'm looking for that thing. I'm looking what makes a lion a lion. I'm looking because if I can find out what makes a lion, I can help you turn that switch on. Because we all have it. That switch is in all of us. It's in a high school dropout. That switch is in someone who was homeless and ate out a trash can. That switch exists in all of us. And I knew if I could turn the switch on, and if I could teach you how to turn that switch on. And so I'm reading the story and I'm asking myself, okay, Aaron, what are the similarities? And the similarities are every single day in Africa. Woo, I love it. Every single day in Africa. I love it. It doesn't make a difference. It doesn't make a difference if you're a lion or a gazelle. When the sun comes up, I love it. If you're a gazelle, you wake up with this notion that I must outrun. I must outrun the lion if I'm going to survive. Listen to me. I don't know what your business is. I don't know what you're trying to do personally. But there's something you don't have to outrun every single day. When you wake up something, you're going to have to run. For some of you, it's alcohol. For some of you, is other substances. For some of you, is depression. For some of you, is your past. For some of you, is procrastination. For some of you, your inability to stick with something to start and finish it. For some of you, you can't execute. I don't know what it is, but every single day like Gazelle, you're going to wake up and boom, you're going to have to run from something. That's something you're going to have to get away from to survive. And that's all the gazelle is doing. He's running from the lion because he's trying to survive. But what's weird is that even though the lion is considered to be one of the most ferocious animals, one of the most dangerous animals, one of the kings of the kingdom, that when the sun comes up in Africa, that the lion has to do something too. Even though it's great, even though he's great, the gazelle is not going to come and just let him eat him up. He's going to have to chase that gazelle down. He's going to have to kill that gazelle. So when I read it, that's the similarity. That if it doesn't make a difference if you're a gazelle, it doesn't make a difference if you're a lion. If you're at the top of the game, you still got to work. If you're at the top of your game, you still have to grow. If you're at the top of your game, what I know about you, if you're at the top of your game, there's still room for improvement. You can still get bigger. You can still get better. You can still be bolder if you are still alive. There's still room for growth. There's still room to grow and be better. And so it says it doesn't make a difference in the safari in Africa. It does not make a difference when the sun comes up. You better get to running. And so I studied. I said, what's the difference? What's the difference? And I noticed that the gazelle is running. And I asked myself, what's the difference? And I got it. The gazelle is running. The gazelle is afraid. The gazelle understands that if it does not stop running, or if it stopped running, it's going to die. But I watched it long enough. And I saw the gazelle stop. And I said, oh, I get it. It's not being chased. It's not being pushed. It's not being prodded. Some of us in this room, if we don't have a reward, you're not self-motivated, you're not self-regulated. You don't have that thing inside of you that pushes you. That alarm clock still has to get you up. Why? because your passion is not waking you up. Your passion is not getting you up. And so I saw it. I said, oh, the lion does not need to be pushed. The lion does not need anything external. That thing that it needs is inside. And so every single day, the lion wakes up and he runs and chases the gazelle. Why? Because he realizes that if he is to survive, if his kids are to survive, he must eat. And so you got to do me a huge favor. You got to do me a huge favor. You got to get to the point where you don't need a car anymore. You don't need a house anymore. You don't need to be pushed by anybody anymore. Your dreams, your wife's going to push you. Your spouse is going to push you. Your child is going to push you. The need to get better is going to push you because you're closer than you're ever going to be. It's going to push you. You don't need anything to push you. Your goals or your dreams are going to push you. The opportunity of a lifetime that happens in this particular time frame is going to push you. It's going to drive you. It's going to make you better. So do me a favor as I leave. As I leave, you can't be average anymore. 70%, you can't do it. You can't do it and have what you want. You can't give me 70 and be what you want. You can't give me 70 and do what you want. You can't be average anymore. You can't be good anymore. 80%, you can't be good anymore. 80% and have what you want. You can't be good at something and have everything you dreamed of to make your dreams become real to no longer dream, but walk in them. You can't. 90% you can be good. You can be good. You can be great, but you still won't get it all. I'm telling you, when you become, there's nothing you can't have, nothing you can't do, nothing you can't be. And I believe that you're in this room right now. I believe that we're in the same space right now. I believe we're all in this place together. Listen to me. I believe that we're all in this place together because all of us hate average. None of us want to be good. And for those of us who've reached greatness, we have a desire to push past greatness and see what phenomenal looks like. So I need everybody in the room. When you think about your goal and you think about your dream, I need you to understand, as I said to my wife in the hospital room, I will. I must. I need everybody to say it with me. I can, I will, I must. Come on, I can. I will. I must. Again, I can. I will. I must. Now, for those of you, you want it all. Every single dream, every single goal. As I said, for those of you who really want it, you're going to say it and you're going to see it. You're saying, stand and settle like you mean it, I can. I will, I must, come on, I can, I will, I must, come on, I can, I will. I must now say it like you mean it, I can, I will. I must again, I can, I will. I must again, I can, I will. I must again, I can, I will. I must. Now I need you to think about that loved one. That individual that you have to do this for. I need you to stand with me. I can, I will, I must. Come on, for that individual, I can, I will, I must. For that person, I can. I will, I must. For that thing you want to accomplish, I can, I will, I must. Again, I can, I will, I must. Now I want you to think about that hurdle. I want you to think about that thing that keeps pressing you down. I want you to think about that mountain that's hard to climb. I want you to think about that thing that you just can't seem to get over. We're going to get over it today. We're going to get over it. We're going to get over it together. I can. I will. I must. We're going to add to it. I can get over it. I will get over it. I must get over it. Ready? I can get over it. I will get over it. I must. Come on, come on. I can get over it. I will get over it. I must get over it. Last time, I can, I will, I must. Come on, I can, I will. Give yourselves a hand. This is our year. This is our year. This is our time. If not us, who? If not now, when? Thank you for your time and for this opportunity. While y'all, you at the bottom, The enemy got you at the bottom acting like you're at the top. So I'm not nothing wrong with stuff, but why are you worshiping stuff and posting it? Can I get some personal development stuff on? Can I see you growing in your house? Can I see you and your wife, you and your wife, you and your kid? Do I why always got? Can you just be honest with me about some of the hell you're going through? Willie Moe, when you put the picture up and you was crying, I was like, praise God. When some other man who's showing all this stuff, all he got coming out, the Louis with 10 bags. Why do I care about 10 bags? I can't. That ain't about to do nothing for my life and my soul. Why you keep showing me your car and your stuff? You might really be there. Can you show me how you got there? Without putting a price tag. Can you show me how you got there? Without turning it into a program and selling me a program and you only giving me the piece of the doggone program. You ain't even really giving me the real. Can you stop manipulating me and just tell me the truth like God bless you? Can you bless me like God bless you? Why everything got to be attached to money? Why? Let's go, let's go, let's go. So the first one, I just want you to see where you are and be real. If you didn't flip this joker, but trust me, when I tell you, when you get to the top, they all going to be coming, and why? Because when you get to the top, you start elevating past them. So the people that just own money, you can pass them up. The people who just don't security and finances, you can pass them up. The people who just want to be down, they just want to be below. They want to just be in the crew. They just want, you know how many people I said no to? Because I know they would give me a great opportunity and I know they would give me a lot of money, but they would take me off track. So I said no, because I don't want to be off track. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. I'm sorry. Y'all, let's go. All right, we're going to walk you through these. I'm trying to be nice and walk through this. All right, so I got to ask you a question. Who's your bully and why? I want you to think about it right now. Who's your bully? Who are the people in your life that's bullying you? We're going to stop it today. They bullying you. All right, I got it. So I want you to think about it for real. Write that down. Who's your bully? Who are the people you tired of it? Just be real. How many of you, I know you macho man, stop tripping. I know you macho, you're a man. Don't trip. But how many of I all feel like, yo, you got some bullies in your life? Let me see your hand. You got some bullies in your life. There are people or situations that are bullying you. People in situations that are bullying you by bullying. I mean, what? You don't have to control either. They have it or it has it. Let me see your hand. Be real. Go on. Write it down. Bullies. Right now. Let's be honest. When we say the word bully for many of you, how many of you that hasn't heard the word, it has a negative connotation? Let me see your hand. It has a negative connotation. You don't like it. Good. All right. So what I want you to do is right now, we're going to you geek with Jesse. You geek Jake. Jesse was talking. You was geek. Jesse said he did this, he did that. He was like, oh yeah, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. He was pumped up. Right. But you will never be able to do it because you have a negative experience with bullying. So because you don't like bullies or being bullied, you can never be demanding. So we got to fix this. So we got to fix this. It's going to be difficult for you to do it because when you're supposed to do it, you're going to be like, I can't, I want to call. I can't. Then you call the hang up. So you can't be demanding because somebody was demanding to you and you don't like the way that feels. So now you're not going to be demanding. So that's why I'll say low-hanging fruit. Watch this. Overcoming a bully. It doesn't happen at the bottom of food and safety and finance. Overcoming internal struggles. That's self-esteem and self-actualization. You see what I'm telling you? Now, if you can go into the Louis store and pay to get your self-esteem, and that's what people try to do. They go buy stuff, they wear stuff, and they're like, look at me, don't I have self-esteem? That's fake self-esteem. It's not real. It's artificial. It's GMO. It's genetically modified. It's not good for you. Sean is not real food. It's not real food. It's not real food. Cheetos is not real food. Everybody like, why we got cancer in America? Cause you eating stuff that ain't real. It's not real. I went to the juice station and they said collard greens, kale, cucumber, celery, and some other mess. I drank that stuff. It was like, ugh. Disgusting. My body was like, thanks, bro. Let's go. So when you go buy that purse or get that car and you drive it around and it ain't a car no more, it's a symbol, you got a self-esteem issue. I just want to help you. If your car ain't transportation, if it's more than transportation, if it's you get out so people can see you, then you have not gotten to self-esteem and self-actualization. And I want you to know that's where all the richness is. All the other stuff, that's where when you want to go to, when you really want to experience life to the next level, you got to get to self-esteem and self-actualization. All that other stuff is not going to take you to where you're trying to go. When you get past those first three and get self-esteem and self-actualization, you will have more energy for you. And you're going to be able to tell people no. You can't tell people no when you got low self-esteem because you're still trying to please them and make them happy. So you're really trapped. You're really a slave. When you care about what people think, you trapped. You will never experience success and you wonder why you keep getting up. And it's like Groundhog Day. You keep experiencing the same thing because you haven't gotten to self-actualization. That's the top. That's where we're trying to get to. We're not trying to get to money, clothes, and stuff. We're trying to get to who am I? All right, so we got to address this bully, right? So what I want you to do when you go home, I want you to like, why can't you stay in this bully? I want you to come to me. You know what you're going to do? You're going to stop attracting people that manipulate you because they know somewhere in you that you ain't going to be the man that you had to be. They're going to run all over on you because you don't want to be the man.
You will lose. You will embarrass yourself. You will suck at something. There's no doubt about it. I didn't get the job. I didn't quit. I didn't fall back. But I continued to fail and fail and fail. But it didn't matter because you know what? There's an old saying. You hang around the barbershop long enough, sooner or later you're going to get a haircut. But do you have the guts to fail? If you don't fail, you're not even trying. Never be discouraged. Never hold back. Give everything you got. And when you fall throughout life, remember this. Fall forward.
If you think it's going to be easy, if you think you're just going to get that business started without any trials or tribulations, forget about it. Don't even try to be successful. It's a wrap. It's not going to be easy, but I want you to feel that pain going through your body, and as pain leaves your body, guess what's going to take its place? Success. And so you got to change your mindset. All right? We got to stop looking at pain as if it's something negative. All right, listen to me. If it was easy, everybody would do it. No pain, no gain, but I guarantee you, if you can outlast pain, if you can get through that pain, if you can get through that discomfort, all right? If you can outlast that discomfort, I guarantee you, baby, on the other side of it is success. Pain creates the prize. All roads to success, you got to go through pain. They are success when you travel down success. You got to go through the road of pain, baby. I told you before, if it was easy, everybody would do it. And you keep talking about the mistakes. You keep talking about the past. You keep talking about your trials. You keep talking about your situation. And I want you to know that everybody that's ever been great, everybody has had an obstacle to overcome. They've had a barrier that they had to climb. There is no individual who's ever reached success, and he didn't have to go through an obstacle or a barrier to get there. Sometimes it's going to be hard. Sometimes you're going to look all around you and nowhere do you see success. Nowhere do you see anything that remotely looks like success. But you got to embrace the faith. You got to believe that although it's not happening right now, if you keep pressing, if you keep pushing, guess what? One day it's going to be your day. It only takes one extra push-up. It only takes one extra mile. It only takes one extra grade. It only takes one extra effort. It only takes one extra something to get you to where you're trying to get to. And the goal is you got to go a little further than the man who's trying to get what you're trying to get. Because whatever discomfort you experience, you got to handle it. Make a declaration to yourself. Declare all out war that you're going to get out of this rut. You got to go up in there and wrestle with it. Will it be easy? No. Will it be challenging? Yes. What do you want me to tell you? That it's going to be a picnic? No, it's not. It's going to kick your butt? Yes, it is. I said to myself, I will never go back to this again. I said, I will never be treated like that again. I will never go through what I went through again. Are you going to want to die? Yes, that's a part of it. But that's just what you must go through in order to get where you want to go. And guess what? You are strong enough to do it. You're strong enough and your life is worth whatever you have to go through this dream. You got whatever you want to do. Will it be easy to just run out there and do it? No. Will it happen overnight? No. Will it be a struggle? Yes. Will there be times when you can't make ends meet? Yes. That's a part of it. Will there be times you won't know what to do? Yes, that's a part of it. There was days I didn't want to get up. There was days I didn't want to put my clothes on. There was days I didn't want to face the world. Are you hearing what I'm saying? But this is only the beginning. This is not the end. This is not where I want you to be for the rest of your life. Decide that you're going to begin to live life on a new level, seeking out new horizons, that you're going to find more love and more joy. You can either live your dreams or live your fears. You have got to get to a point where you say, I'm sick and tired of living like this. There's got to be more. These walls are here for a reason, to weed out the weak. And you either validate it or you tough it out. It's the pain that creates the pride. Do you hear this? This is your calling. This is your awakening. This is where you are reborn. So it's time to step up. Time to take it to the next level. Time to do it. Stop thinking about it and just do it. Stop with this overanalyzing, the rationalization, weighing the cost, the energy, the effort, the time, the what ifs, and just take action. Do it. Take it. It's yours. I know something about you. I know you're not a quitter. I know you're a survivor. I know you're a survivor. You're watching me right now. I know something about you. You were a survivor. So I want you to get off this. I want you to cut it off. I want you to go in the mirror, and I want you to make the rest of your life the best of your life. So here's what I'm telling you. I'm telling you the one thing that matters the most is a thing that means nothing to us. And that's time. My wife said, all of me, we got more time than we got. When she told me yesterday we got so-and-so got more time than me, I said, don't tell me that's not the truth. That's a lie. You don't know how much time you got. I know how much money I have. I can take you to the bank account right now and show you everything I have in my bank account. I cannot tell you if I'm going to make it out of this room alive. There have been speakers who've died while they were speaking. There are preachers who've died preaching. Martin Luther King had a whole schedule when they shot and killed him. He had an entire schedule. Memphis wasn't his last stop. Just in case you didn't know that, Memphis wasn't his last stop, but it was his last stop as far as God was concerned. So I'm telling you what you plan to stay for. So I stayed in a hotel, you know, the Western, pretty nice hotel, but it's Atlanta. Okay, you'll catch that. It's Atlanta. So I'm in the room one day, and they got the little doors, and somebody put on the door. I was like, bro, I can't be in the hotel. They necked up like the connecting doors. They try to open the door. I'm like, this don't make sense. My wife from Detroit, she hood. She wasn't even tripping. Like they can't get in. I'm like, but you don't see they tried. She like, don't even worry about it. They're going to bed. I'm like, how are you going to sleep on this? She, like, you from the west side of Detroit. I'm from the northwest side of Detroit. You're gonna hate mine. I'm like, D, don't worry about it. It's gonna be all right. I was like, no, we're not doing that. So we went to another hotel, I think maybe Wardrobe Astoria or something like that. My wife was like, oh, this is nice. How much more did it cost? I said, why? What difference does it make? It doesn't matter how much it costs. I'll pay whatever to feel safe. It doesn't matter how much it costs. It ain't a bunch of people running in through this one. This one's smaller, they got security at the front. I mean, how much does security cost? No, to feel secure. How much does that cost? So here's what I want you to want me to do for you. And this is going to be tough for some of y'all. I want you to actually write the age down that you plan on dying. And that's how much time you got left. And I don't even know if you got that much time left, but let's just say God gives you what you ask for. Write it down. Don't be scared. Write it down right now. You want to die at 198, 120. Like, we're not going to play. I didn't come to play games. He called me here. I want to do what he asked me to do. And that's to free you financially. But before I can free you financially, I have to warn you that you're not going to live forever. And once I can convince you that you're not going to live forever, then I can convince you to live. You're talking about money, y'all? Money? Money? They print it every day. Why would I have a money problem when the actual government that prints money know they ain't got enough for what they printing for? They ain't too concerned. Why are you so concerned about money? Know that they don't have the gold to back up what they have. And you got a problem if you're going to stay at the Holiday Inn Express or the Western if you're going to buy a Bentley or Escort. No, you got to decide if you're going to get good health insurance or kind of decent. What? Look, I don't got long to go. I'm going to live on the left side of the menu. I don't have forever. So why am I playing like I got forever? I don't have forever. So if today is the only day I know I have, we're going to live it up. Somebody's like, bro, you just did a conference in Atlanta. Friday night, then Saturday, you did it all day. You was on stage all day, you did your thing. Now you flying from Atlanta to, then you going straight home to Detroit. Like, how do you do it? Because I have the opportunity to do it. Why not die doing what I love to do? Why I'm going to be at home scared? And so listen to me. You don't have a money problem. You have a life problem. You think you're going to live forever. Somebody's convinced you that if you get this product and you put it on your face, somebody's convinced you that you're going to live forever. Now, may it make you look younger? I don't know. That's between you and the manufacturer. But what I will tell you is whatever you're putting on your face, it ain't going to stop God from clocking you out of here. When it's time for you to clock out of here, ain't no cream that's going to do that. I just want to be honest with you. There's no program. No diet. There's nothing you can do when God ready for you to check out, you're checking out. There's no conversation while y'all can have. There's no tithe you can pay. There's no church thing you could do. There's no religion that you're going to go to this make you live longer. It's not going to happen. Here's the deal. The way God did it, he created you to be a creator. He didn't do that for the whale. He didn't do that for the lion. So a lot of you are not financially where you need to be because you don't realize that you have a small window on life. And then you have a small window on creating. See, you've been blessed. The lion is deep as the lion is. He can't leave the Serengeti and come to Nashville. You can't get on a flight and come over here. Wherever he's born, he's stuck. You are a creator. You can create things that did not exist before. So that's what I need you to understand. Is anything about ET that I want to give you? That's what I want to give you. I want you to understand the importance of creation, right? Listen to me very closely. What we don't want to admire about people we admire is the money they make. That's low-hanging fruit of like, let's say there are 10 pillars of success. Money is the lowest hanging fruit. How do I know pimps make money? Pimps make money. That's low-hanging fruit. Don't compare me to no pimp. He can make money. Don't compare me to no dope dealer. He can make money and make millions. Don't compare me to no dope dealer. Don't tell me because you got a Bentley, you better than my grandmama. My grandma runs circles around you with your Bentley. She fed a community with a third-grade education. Money is low-hanging fruit. It's low-hanging fruit. Do me a favor. Choose not the eye oppressor and be not the eye oppressor and choose none of his ways. But where does that come from? What is that? What is that? I just said, where does that come from? Scriptures, that's the Bible. It's the word. Envy not thy oppressor and choose none of his ways. Meaning what? Know what you want and do what you want. Don't be looking at what other people are doing and starting to do what they do. Look, I don't do what I do for money. That's capitalism. That's not where I come from. That's not how my grandma raised me. My grandma did not raise me with capitalism. Is there something wrong with capitalism? Capitalism is capitalism. You can't change. That's his culture. But it doesn't mean I have to succumb to that stuff. But when you're handling your business, you should be fruitful. Means what? That whatever you're here for and whatever opportunity you should get, that whatever other opportunity you're looking for is in this opportunity. That's why I had to get here. Whatever's next for me don't come until I do this. I got to do this first. Whatever God has for me next, it won't happen until I do this first. And not just do it, but do it to the best of my ability. Am I clear? So listen to me very closely. I don't know how much time you have, but I promise you, if you really think about it, you don't know how much time you have left. Stop playing safe.
They didn't want to be seen as cutthroat or competitive, so they didn't go after what they really wanted. But here's the thing, success isn't handed out based on who's the nicest. It's earned through hard work, determination, and a willingness to take risks. If you're always putting others first and sacrificing your own ambitions, you'll never reach your full potential. You'll always be held back by your own kindness. Fourth, and perhaps most importantly, kindness can prevent you from being honest and authentic. When you're too focused on being kind and not hurting anyone's feelings, you start to censor yourself. You hold back your true thoughts and opinions, and you present a watered-down version of yourself to the world. But here's the thing people can sense when you're not being genuine. They can tell when you're holding back or sugarcoating the truth. And over time, they start to lose trust in you. They start to wonder what you really think and feel, and they question whether they can rely on you to be honest with them. Moreover, when you're constantly suppressing your true self in the name of kindness, you start to lose touch with who you really are. You become disconnected from your own thoughts, feelings, and desires. You start to feel like a fraud, like you're living someone else's life instead of your own. And that's no way to live. It's exhausting, unfulfilling, and ultimately unsustainable. You can't be truly happy or successful if you're not being true to yourself. You can't build deep, meaningful relationships if you're not being honest and authentic. So what's the solution? How can you avoid the pitfalls of kindness while still being a good person? The answer is simple balance. You need to find a way to be kind and compassionate while also setting boundaries and taking care of yourself. That means learning to say no when you need to, even if it feels uncomfortable at first. It means speaking up for yourself and asserting your own needs and desires, even if it means ruffling a few feathers. It means being honest and authentic, even if it means having difficult conversations or facing some conflict. It's not easy, I know. It takes practice and courage to break out of the pattern of overkindness, but trust me, it's worth it. When you learn to balance kindness with self-care and authenticity, you'll be amazed at how much better your life becomes. You'll have more energy and enthusiasm for the things that matter to you. You'll build deeper, more meaningful relationships with people who truly value and respect you. You'll achieve more success and fulfillment in your career and personal life. And most importantly, you'll feel more at peace with yourself and the world around you. So don't let kindness ruin your life. Learn to be kind in a way that nurtures and supports your own well-being. Set boundaries, speak your truth, and take care of yourself first. Because at the end of the day, the greatest kindness you can show to the world is to be the best, most authentic version of yourself. And that, my friends, is how kindness can ruin your life if you're not careful. But it doesn't have to be that way. With a little wisdom and a lot of courage, you can learn to be kind in a way that empowers and uplifts you. So go out there and be kind, but remember to be kind to yourself first. Because when you do that, everything else will fall into place. Let me share a personal story with you. When I was younger, I used to be the epitome of kindness. I would go out of my way to help others, even if it meant sacrificing my own time, energy, and resources. I thought that being kind would make me happy and fulfilled, but instead it left me feeling drained and resentful. I remember one particular instance where a friend asked me to help them move. I had my own plans that weekend, but I didn't want to let them down. So I canceled my plans and spent the entire weekend lugging heavy boxes and furniture up and down stairs. By the end of it, I was exhausted and sore, and I felt like I had wasted my precious free time. But that wasn't the worst part. The worst part was that my friend didn't even seem particularly grateful. They thanked me briefly, but then they went on with their life as if nothing had happened. Meanwhile, I was left feeling used and unappreciated. That experience was a wake-up call for me. I realized that I had been so focused on being kind to others that I had neglected to be kind to myself. I had put everyone else's needs before my own, and as a result, I was burning out. From that moment on, I started to make a conscious effort to balance my kindness with self-care. I started saying no to requests that didn't align with my own priorities and values. I started setting boundaries with people who tried to take advantage of my kindness. And I started being more honest and authentic in my interactions with others. It wasn't easy at first. I felt guilty and selfish for putting my own needs first. I worried that people would think I was unkind or uncaring. But as I continued to practice this new way of being, I started to see the benefits. I had more energy and enthusiasm for the things that mattered to me. I felt more confident and self-assured in my interactions with others. And perhaps most importantly, I started attracting people into my life who appreciated and respected me for who I truly was. One of the biggest lessons I learned through this process was the importance of setting boundaries. I realized that being kind didn't mean saying yes to everything and everyone. In fact, sometimes the kindest thing you can do is to say no. When you set boundaries, you're communicating to others what you will and will not tolerate. You're telling them that you value yourself and your own needs and that you expect to be treated with respect and consideration. And when you do that, you create space for healthier, more balanced relationships in your life. Of course, setting boundaries isn't always easy. It can be uncomfortable and even scary at times. But the more you practice it, the easier it becomes, and the payoff is well worth the effort. Another important lesson I learned was the power of authenticity. When you're too focused on being kind and pleasing others, it's easy to lose sight of who you really are. You start to mold yourself into what you think others want you to be, rather than being true to yourself. But here's the thing people can sense when you're not being genuine. They can tell when you're holding back or pretending to be someone you're not. And over time, that lack of authenticity can erode trust and connection in your relationships. On the other hand, when you're honest and authentic, you create space for real, meaningful connection. You allow others to see the real you, flaws and all. And when you do that, you build deeper, more intimate relationships based on trust and mutual understanding. Of course, being authentic doesn't mean being rude or insensitive. It's important to balance honesty with tact and compassion, but it does mean speaking your truth even when it's difficult or uncomfortable. Ultimately, the key to avoiding the pitfalls of kindness is to find a balance between taking care of others and taking care of yourself. It's about learning to be kind in a way that feels authentic and sustainable, rather than draining and depleting. And the good news is, when you do that, everyone benefits. When you take care of yourself first, you have more energy and resources to give to others. When you set healthy boundaries, you create space for more fulfilling and reciprocal relationships. And when you're honest and authentic, you inspire others to do the same. So if you're someone who struggles with being too kind for your own good, I encourage you to start small. Start by saying no to one request that doesn't align with your priorities. Start by setting one boundary with someone who tends to take advantage of your kindness. Start by being honest about one thing that you've been holding back. And as you continue to practice these new ways of being, be patient with yourself. Remember that change takes time, and there will be moments of discomfort and even resistance along the way. But trust that by being kind to yourself first, you're ultimately being kind to everyone else in your life as well. Because here's the truth, the world needs more kindness, but it also needs more people who are willing to be kind to themselves. It needs more people who are willing to set boundaries, speak their truth, and take care of their own needs. And when we all start doing that, we create a ripple effect of positive change that extends far beyond ourselves. So go out there and be kind, but remember to be kind to yourself first. Remember that your own needs and desires matter just as much as anyone else's. And remember that by taking care of yourself, you're ultimately taking care of the world around you as well. And if you ever find yourself feeling guilty or selfish for putting yourself first, just remember this: the greatest gift you can give to the world is a happy, healthy, authentic version of yourself. So don't be afraid to prioritize your own well-being, even if it means ruffling a few feathers along the way. Because at the end of the day, kindness isn't about being perfect or pleasing everyone around you. It's about being true to yourself and treating others with compassion and respect. And when you learn to balance those two things, you'll find that kindness becomes a source of strength and empowerment, rather than a burden or a weakness. So let's all commit to being kind in a way that feels authentic and sustainable. Let's set boundaries, speak our truth, and take care of ourselves first. And let's trust that by doing so, we're creating a world that is kinder, more compassionate, and more connected than ever before. Thank you for listening to my story and my thoughts on this topic. I hope that my words have resonated with you in some way, and that you'll take them to heart as you navigate your own journey with kindness. Remember, you matter just as much as anyone else, and your own needs and desires are valid and important. So be kind to yourself and watch as that kindness ripples out into the world around you. Thank you.